It is the world famous KROQ. I'm Megan Holiday. We are here at Weenie Roast, and I'm joined by Van and Bondi of Catfish and The Bottlemen. Hey! Oh my gosh. I'm kind of a super fan, you guys. Yeah, yes. I think I discovered you guys on Spotify, and then I went out and saw you at the House of Blues a couple years ago. Then I saw you open up for Green Day, which was incredible.
Nice.
And recently, you played the Palladium.
Yeah.
So you guys have really put your time in as far as the United States goes.
Yeah.
Because in the UK, you're kind of already a big deal. What does that kind of feel like when you go to a new country and you sort of have to start over in some ways?
Exciting. It feels like it did when we first started in the UK, really. When we first, especially in the US, we got to build it up like we did in the UK from the start, didn't we? So it was just the same as playing all those early venues, and it kind of makes you that band you started out, the playing in garages, being close together, bumping into each other on stage, like stuff getting wrapped around the mic. And
it's nice to have a mixture of different rooms to play across the years, so on this tour at the moment, it's a mixture. We played a casino last night. It's a mixture of festivals, things like, I can say I've never played a luau before. It's a good mix of different things. So getting to play different parts of the world and have them at different stages, it's not just all the same type of rooms you're in. So
one of my favourite shows we've played in the US was smallest room in Webster Hall in New York, and it was we'd done each room on the way up, to the biggest one, and then came back and did the smallest one, which we'd missed, and it just went off. You could hang on the rafters in there and everything. It was great. So
yeah, it's kind of punk rock,
Yeah,
it's fun.
good.
Yeah, so I love the new album, The Balance.
Thank you.
It's like just all these albums are just, you've got The Ride, you got The Balcony, and you were really, I feel like you guys were just really good about having Kathleen and then Seven and then Longshot on this one. So you've really come out strong with your statement for each album. How was it just recording this album, The Balance, and going into this? What was different for you?
I think it's similar in terms of mindset when we're going into each one, because we're just buzzing to make another one. Keep adding to the set list and the song repertoire, I guess. But this one was the biggest laugh we'd had in the studio, living together and setting up with Jacknife. We were over in we went over to Ireland at the start, and it was kind of a setup where we had no Wi-Fi, and it was just us all day in the studio working on the tracks every night, really. And they all grew their own little life. Each song has its own little character, I think, on this one. So it was just, again, nice to add to the other ones. The Right, I love both the last albums as well, so it's just enjoyable to be able to keep doing that. But the mentality is always the same going in, isn't it, in terms of recording?
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks.
So yeah, you mentioned you were working with Jacknife Lee, who has worked with U2 and the Killers and REM and stuff. So how was that experience, just working with him?
It was amazing. It's a true music fan and a bit of a mad scientist in the studio, and I think we all met on a really good level with him, and just got good and immersed in it. He's a lovely guy, and definitely I'd love to work with him again.
That must have been cool too, just to kind of be unplugged from everything. You didn't have Wi-Fi. You're just in the creative process. And you guys have been really consistent about putting your albums out with only 2 or 3 years in between.
Thanks.
So, and you're on the road all the time. How do you manage to are you continuously just writing songs while you're on the road? And
there's always songs about, in terms of, if we had to go record now, we could get another album together easy. So the songs are about all the time. But in terms of we love doing it. So touring's our favorite bit. So you get to tour all those songs now for another year and a half until we're ready, and then we'll go straight back in the studio. So I don't know. That's why I say the mentality's not really changed when we come in to record, because we've been doing the same thing since we all were straight out the garage, in a bus, in a tour van, straight on the road. So it's kind of the same run for us, but yeah, just love doing it. So it's
you kind of got it down by this point.
Yeah, Jacknife coming in though kind of changed a lot of the sonics, and he turned up with 2 suitcases full of pedals, didn't he? And he was lying on the floor, shoes off every day, twisting all these pedals, trying to make sound. So sonically, he massively helped with how this one's shaped.
Absolutely. And I want to talk to you about the Longshot video, which is so awesome.
Thanks.
Did you really get to drive that tank of an SUV?
Yeah. Why do you think it was a stunt double? Think that was a stunt double doing that?
I don't know. I was just
it's only around the corner, that.
Yeah, that's true. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
That was a cool car.
It was accelerator and the brake was cable tied together, you know, because if you push one, the other would go. So
I did get it stuck on the beach within about 30 seconds.
Yeah. And it was forever breaking down. It was a genuine real old car, wasn't it?
It was like 1954 Land Rover.
Oh, it was gorgeous though.
It was ace.
Yeah,
And
where
got us
did
a
you
big
guys
circus
film
tent
that?
as well.
Yeah, where were you?
That's done just over the water from where I grew up. So there's two
wow.
places called North Shields and South Shields. We're in South Shields shooting that video, so some of what you can see in the background is like my hometown on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
It's nice. It made all the little like local papers. It was like rock band, unnamed rock band, shoot pop video here.
We set up a big circus tent on the side of the cliff there.
And
didn't
played to
we?
nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we set, it took us 3 days to set the tent up because we did it in the coldest, wettest, windiest time of year.
Yeah.
So there's this sort of big circus big top that's supposed to go up that sat there for like 3 days until it could actually go up, and then a lot of it was done on a drone that was just getting blown all over. So there's a
Oh my gosh.
finite amount of the day when you had to go right quick, get up and try it.
Enjoyed that one though.
And
That's
it was
probably my
one
favourite video.
continuous shot, right?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
done in one.
Love that. Yeah, so I am so excited to see you guys play today.
Cheers.
I know you're going to hit the stage at 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much for coming and chatting with me.
Thank
I'm
you for
Megan
having us.
Holiday, Catfish and The Bottlemen. Give it up
you.
for
Thank you,
Winnie
guys.
Rose, KROQ.
Appreciate that.